Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome all to my channel. Today, let us see one of the important judgments delivered by the Supreme Court on 16th May 2024 about the acquisition of the property. So, whenever a property is acquired by a state for public purposes, the state has to follow the procedures, and the court, especially the Supreme Court bench comprising P.S. Narasimha and Aravind Kumar, has passed a landmark judgment in which the court has held that every citizens have 7 rights and the state has 7 duties. So they have to follow these 7 rights and 7 procedures and 7 duties enlisted in this judgment. And if there is a violation of any rights or any duties, then the concerned person can challenge the acquisition, and the court may declare that such acquisition is unconstitutional, and it is established as a constitutional right, and it is also interpreted as a human right to every citizen as against the arbitrary acquisition of the property by the state. So, what are the rights specified under the judgment? The first right is the right to notice and or the duty of the state to inform the person that it intends to acquire his property. So whenever the government or whenever the state wanted to acquire any property, the state should give a notice. So every citizen has a right to. The first right is the right to notice or the duty of the state to inform a person that it intends to acquire his or her property. So whenever the government or the state wanted to acquire any land or property, the government should give proper notice to the owner of the property that they are going to acquire this property. This is the first right. Not only a right to the citizens, it is also categorized as a duty of the government. The second right is the right of a citizen to be heard, or the duty of the state to hear the objection to the acquisition. So once the notice is issued, every citizen may make an objections. They can file an objection to the concerned state government, stating that my land should not be acquired, and my land should not be taken by the government, and there are some alternatives are there. Supposing the property is a temple property or any religious property, church property or mosque property, they may say we are using this land as a religious property, or it has its own importance. So whenever supposing a railway lane, the property is acquired for a railway lane, then the concerned people may file an objection saying that this is an important property. You can put the railway lane in another place, and you can make a small diversion and to avoid the acquisition of this particular land. Like that, every citizens may make an objections, and it is to be heard by the state government. So this is the second important right enumerated under this judgment. The third right is the right of a citizen to a reasoned decision, or the duty of the state to inform the person of its decision to acquire the property. So the decision of the government to acquire the property should be a reasoned decision. There must be reasonability. So they cannot acquire the property arbitrarily as per their whims and design or as per their own discretion. There must be proper reason, reason for the acquisition, and it is to be informed to the public. The fourth reason is a duty of the state to demonstrate that the acquisition is exclusively for the public purposes. So the government cannot take the property for their own use, or for political parties' use, or for the personal use of the politician, or for any individuals. So if they wanted to acquire the property, it must be acquired only for the public use. They cannot make acquisition for any other purposes. So that is also an important right. It was mentioned into this judgment. The fifth right is the right of the citizen for fair compensation. So nowadays, when the government is acquiring the land for metro rail, they are giving 150% of the market value. So supposing the value of the land is about 1 crore, now the government is giving 1.5 crores. Like that, the heavy compensation is given. So this is also right of the citizen to get fair compensation is also categorized as an important right. The sixth right is the duty of the state to conduct the process of acquisition efficiently and within the prescribed time limits. So there should not be any delay. Supposing the government wanted to make a railway track, so if they acquire one land in one place and they do not make the further efficient steps to acquire all the other lands to make this railway track for implementation, to implement the railway project, then it is useless. If they wanted to acquire the land, it has to be the land has to be acquired efficiently and it should be acquired within the prescribed time limit. So suppose there is a delay, unreasonable delay, or it is not made, the acquisition is not made efficiently, then that on that ground also we can challenge the acquisition and the court may declare that the such acquisition is unconstitutional. The last seventh right is the right of the conclusion of the proceedings. So the proceedings should conclude. There must be conclusion to the proceedings. So these are all the rights enumerated as a constitutional rights, as a human right to the citizens. So every citizens have the 7 rights in the acquisition of the property, and the government also has the duty to follow these procedures contemplated at the judgment. If any of the rights is infringed, or if any of the duty is not properly carried out, then such kind of acquisition can be challenged in the appropriate High Court or by filing a writ petition, or you can also file a petition in the High Court, Supreme Court under Article 32, and as which is also a fundamental right. It is a violation of fundamental right to the human citizens. So by filing a necessary writ petitions in the High Court or at the Supreme Court, you can challenge the acquisition and declare that such acquisition is unconstitutional and get back your property. So these are the landmarking judgment pronounced on 16th May 2024, which is also published in the as a news in the Hindu newspaper on 17th May 2024. It is a landmark judgment pronounced by Justices P.S. Narasimha and Aravind Kumar. I hope this judgment will be useful to the persons from whom the properties are acquired, to whom they wanted to challenge their acquisition in the appropriate court. So, ladies and gentlemen, you may watch my channels. I am running. We have 2 channels. One is in Tamil. It is called as Razyak Sattam Arivom, and another is Razyak Law Tube. You can watch my channel and enrich your knowledge. And if you have any funny doubt, you may also contact this cell number. If time permits, I will try to clarify your doubts, or I may give you necessary legal advice to help to resolve your issues. Thank you. Goodbye.